Hey everybody, it's me, your friend Mew and Buster Green, and I'm here with another quick Gundam video because everyone loves Gundam. So here's something I found out about today, and it became kind of like a mini rabbit hole for me. Anyone ever hear of Gundam Mission to the Rise? It's an almost lost media Gundam film, and kinda no one cares about it because it's barely 2 minutes long. But it is an official Gundam movie by all accounts, and because it was lost media for about 20 years, someone recently uploaded it to YouTube and I finally saw it. So let's talk about that. Oh, also, again, it's 2 minutes long, so if you want to watch it on YouTube, it's right there. Anyway, so this movie was originally released on August 1st, 1998, as part of a 20th anniversary celebration of Gundam called the Gundam Big Bang Project. It was released alongside the double feature of the then new at the time Gundam Endless Waltz movie re-edit and the Gundam OAF MST movie re-edit Miller's Report. Now, it is potentially one of the first Gundam projects to ever be produced in English. I don't know why it was produced in English, but it did come out a year before G-Savior, so this is the first English Gundam movie. Go figure. Anyway, the film was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo, acclaimed writer and creator of Akira, Rujin Z, Robot Carnival, a bunch of really good anime. He is one of the absolutely most influential animators who ever lived. Case in point, everyone keeps ripping off the Akira slide. And in 2004, when Otomo's final theatrical film Steam Boy was released in Japan, this movie apparently again played before the film as a short film to get audiences ready. Wow, does anyone remember Steam Boy? I think I bought this film, but I definitely haven't watched it since 2004. Anyway, so yeah, Gundam Mission to the Rise. Like I said, this is barely a thing, but there's a couple of cool things that are worth talking about it, so let's just go over it real quickly. So this movie starts off with a grim movie trailer voice telling us that in the year 2045, the human population suddenly exploded to a record 90 billion people. Now, the population right now is 8.1 billion people, and the current math forecasts that by 2045, it might be about 10 billion people. So yeah, that's like 9 times too many, kind of a bad move. It also says that the UC timeline started right after that, which also feels a little bit non-canon to me. Anyway, so then the little UC clock randomly cranks up from 0079 to 0093 and fades away. Now, this has given people the impression over time that the short takes place after UC 93, but I think that's just an artistic choice, and the short is set sometime around the 1 Year War because all the Gundams in this look like they're 1 Year War level tech. So I'm just saying that this is probably just a random artistic choice that doesn't really respect the canon. Anyway, so yeah, the short starts with a spaceship driving into a wormhole or a black hole. It looks like the black hole from the movie Interstellar, which wasn't out at the time, so that's kind of funny. Anyway, the spaceship is ambushed by a large Zaku team led by a Char-looking red Zaku. The spaceship is revealed to actually be huge, and it starts opening up into smaller pieces and smaller spaceships. The Zaku team flies inside and is suddenly confronted by 3 Gundam NT1 Gundam Alexes, but amazingly the Zakus easily defeat them, which now means that every Gundam NT1 ever shown in history has simply been defeated by Zakus. The giant spaceship then launches a rocket into the black hole, and the Zeon ship launches its own rocket after them. The two of them spin around each other, forming a visual yin-yang, because yin-yangs were very popular in 1998, and then the rocket enters the black hole, and as it does, it turns into a vaguely Gundam-like figure that you can barely see because it's too bright, and then the sign says Gundam, and then the movie is over. And okay, that was 2 minutes of your time. Oh, also, very weird, the narrator was Ward Sexton. If you've never heard of him, he was the narrator for some of the early Resident Evil games.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
You know, the ones that were like that. So yeah, this is pretty much a nothing burger of a Gundam artifact with some really bad, dated early 1998 CGI. Way worse than the CGI in Toy Story, which came out in 1996. One thing I will say that came out of this that was cool, though, is the behind-the-scenes material. The behind-the-scenes material has a lot more of Otomo's hand-drawn flair. For example, you can see his hand-drawn storyboards, which look nothing like the short, but I appreciate these way more because they look exactly like the Akira manga. Anyway, the real gem here is that there's a full reveal in the behind the scenes material of Otomu's Gundam design. It is so gnarly. Now, it's basically an RX-78 Gundam frame, but it's got this sick organic armor on top of it, and it's got these extra jets on top for space travel, and it's actually one of the most unique Gundam designs I've ever seen. It's really right up there with like the Turn A and stuff. Oh, and by the way, remember how there were like 2 rockets flying into the wormhole at the end? So apparently here's what was inside that other rocket. The Otomu Zaku X-15. This is Otomu Zaku, a very interesting design. For starters, it has a 360-degree mono eye, and it shares a lot of the extra jets that the Gundam had. But interestingly, whereas Otomu's Gundam was more organic, his Zaku is more inorganic and more boxy, which is typically the opposite of the way the Gundam and Zaku designs usually go. Anyway, that's about it for this one. I don't think this piece is actually considered canon, but the debate rages about whether it is or not, and if it was, where would it lay on the timeline. Still though, despite this, I would love to see the Otomo Gundam show up again in like a video game, even as just like a skin or something. But considering how obscure a piece this is, and that it only showed up in an extremely blurry context for barely a second, I doubt we'll ever see it again. By the way, I'm kind of worried about Katsuhiro Otomo because I suddenly realized he hasn't made a movie since Steam Boy, which was like so long ago. Oh, actually, apparently since 2019, he's been working on a new feature film called Orbital Era, set in a very Gundam-looking space colony and starring some like old communist man. Okay, that's weird. Well, that seems like it's definitely happening. Alright guys, catch you later. Let me know if you liked Gundam Mission to the Rise. Let me know if you think Otomu's Gundam could be useful for anything. And let me know if you're excited for the man behind Akira coming out of retirement to make one final movie, which is apparently about space colonies. Alright, see you guys later. Bye!